You spit on mercy?
Jaina Proudmoore was born before the First War and is the youngest child of Admiral Jaina Proudmoore. She was sent to Dalaran when her magical talent was discovered, and she badgered Antonidas into accepting her as an apprentice, eventually becoming one of the few female wizards in direct service to Dalaran. Jaina and Prince Arthas met, became friends, and eventually fell in love. They were even engaged until Arthas would question whether the two of them were ready to be together. Arthas abruptly ended the relationship so Jaina could focus on her magical studies in Dalaran, and Arthas could focus on his commitments to Lordaeron. Jaina was hurt by this, but did not fight him. Many years later, Antonidas was visited by the prophet Medivh, who told Antonidas that he should take his people west to Kalimdor. Antonidas dismissed the prophet as nothing more than a madman. Jaina had been eavesdropping and disagreed with Antonidas. She thought that they should listen to the warning, but Antonidas sent her to meet Arthas and investigate the plague that was sweeping over northern Lordaeron. Jaina met up with Arthas and Uther the Lightbringer, and they found out that it was the tainted grain that was infecting the people and turning them into undead. They were too late to stop the people of Stratholme from eating the grain, and something had to be done. Arthas was in favor of slaughtering the people, but Uther could not condone murdering helpless people. Arthas accused Uther of treason for not following his order. He demanded that any true to the king stayed with him and see to the town's destruction. Jaina turned and followed Uther to Arthas' surprise. Jaina and Uther returned to Stratholme's burning ruins after Arthas had finished with it. She was appalled at what she saw. Jaina was visited by the prophet Medivh, and he urged her to take the people she could with her to the west, fleeing Lordaeron and her home country of Culturas. She realized that he had been right and decided to follow his words. She left just as the invasion of Lordaeron began, saving thousands of citizens before they met their doom. Jaina took her people to Kalimdor, saw that orcs were there, and she fought with Grom Hellscream and his army. She had to retreat into the mountains of Stone Talon Peak, where she sensed the great power, and inside she found Thrall and Cairn. They were about to battle until the prophet Medivh confronted them. He implored them all to ally with each other in order to survive the might of the Burning Legion. Reluctantly, Jaina agreed. Eventually they met up with the leaders of the Night Elves, Malfurion Stormrage and Tyrande Whisperwind. They all agreed to defend Mount Hyjal together. With the combined strength of the humans, orcs, taurens and Night Elves, they managed to defeat Archimonde and stop the invasion. After the defeat of the Legion, Jaina took her refugees to an island outpost off the eastern coast of Kalimdor, newly named Theramore. This was close to the newly founded orc nation Durotar. Attacks were made on the orcs and trolls by humans, and Rexxar was asked by Thrall to deliver a letter to Jaina, to see what was going on. Jaina denied all knowledge and later on discovered that her father, Jaina Proudmoore, had decided to pay her a visit. Jaina was in despair. While she felt the loyalty to her father and her nation, her experience with the Scourge and the Legion convinced her that petty hatreds and vendettas, such as her father's, were immaterial in the grand scheme. Jaina helped the Horde gain ships from goblins and ordered her own troops to stand down when they assaulted Theramore. Jaina's last words to her father were to ask why he didn't listen.
Father, why wouldn't you listen?
Jaina and Varian Rin met during the problems he had with Onyxia. She was the one who helped him remember his true identity, and she helped him with bringing Onyxia to justice. Enter Wrath of the Lich King. Bolvar Fordragon is murdered at the Wrathgate, and King Varian Rin prepares his forces of the Alliance for all-out war against the Horde. Desperate to avoid a war, Jaina teleports to Orgrimmar to uncover the truth of the recent events in Northrend. She learns that the Horde is no longer in control of Undercity, and, together with Varian, she tries to take back Old Lordaeron for the Alliance. Inside, the forces of the Alliance meet with the forces of the Horde. Before they can attack, Jaina freezes everyone in the room and teleports the Alliance back to Stormwind. Secrets of Ulduar. Bran Bronzebeard finds out that Yogg-Saron has escaped his prison. Ronin and Jaina call a conference of the Alliance and Horde leaders. Things take a turn for the worst when Thrall and Garrosh show up too early. Jaina tries to stop them, but Varian and Garrosh still fight each other. Ronin breaks the fight up and Varian teleports away, claiming that he will never work together with the Horde. The Frozen Halls. Jaina later on enters the Frozen Halls to confront the Lich King and attempt to reason with him, in hopes of releasing the spirit of her lost love, Arthas. She ends up in the Halls of Reflection, where Frostmourne, the blade of the Lich King, is waiting. To Jaina her surprise, Uther the Lightbringer appears out of the sword and tells her that there is no hope of finding the old Arthas. The Lich King enters the room, sends Falric and Marwyn on the attack and leaves shortly after. Jaina follows him, and you find her near death after defeating Falric and Marwyn. Jaina freezes the Lich King in a block of ice and makes a run for it. Arthas catches up and nearly chokes her to death, but luckily the Skybreaker flies in and rescues her. Should you bring Jaina's locket to her following the Lich King's defeat, she weeps, stating that she knew there was still some part of Arthas trapped within the Lich King.
What's this? He kept it. All this time, he kept it. I knew. I sensed a part of him still alive, trapped, struggling. Oh, Arthas. Perhaps he might someday remember what he once was. By the light, may he at last find rest, free from the icy grip of that terrible blade.
And what did Jaina do in Cataclysm? Well, we had the dungeon where you would go back into the future, where she was kinda crazy, and we had her crying at a wedding of Thrall. That's pretty much her role during Cataclysm.
My marines are already on shore, holding the harbor entrance. You have your orders. Do your jobs and return safely. The eyes of Hellscream are upon you.
The ships are aflame! Troops, to the harbor!
There are Alliance survivors. Send reinforcements. The unthinkable has happened. Our siege on Theramore has failed. You're the contingency plan. Your mission is to infiltrate Theramore Isle. Burn their ships, butcher their flight master, sabotage their war machines, and rescue our spy. Throw them into chaos while we regroup. The eyes of Hellscream are upon you!
This aberration destroyed everything. Everyone. The Horde cannot be allowed to recover the focusing iris. Eliminate what remains of their forces, and I will secure the artifact. I must attune to the focusing iris before transport. Protect me!
No one can protect you! Kill the Proudmoore bitch, and bring me that bomb!
Your people are despicable cowards, orc! You're nothing more than rabid dogs, and you will be put down!
Brave words, mage. I'll spit in your face when you beg for mercy.
You spit on mercy? Then you will have none! You want carnage? Garrosh will get more blood than he ever bargained for!
I'll bring the war chief your head!
Now what can we expect from Jaina in Mists of Pandaria? Now keep in mind, this is all speculation, there's nothing in the game yet that's changed except for the map of Theramore, so this is all my opinion and a bit of the information that I've found so far. If you disagree with me, if you think there's another story, or if you just want to comment on the video, please do so in the comment section below. Do keep it friendly and respectful towards each other, yeah? So let's take a look at what Jaina has done in the past, yeah? What was Jaina like? As you can see, she was always the one trying to keep the peace. She was one of the first that worked together with the Horde in order to save the world. She sacrificed her own father in order to keep the peace between the Horde and herself and Theramore. She was always the one trying to get the Horde and Alliance to unite to become a part of a whole, because she was the one who agreed for the Horde and Alliance to meet at Ulduar. She was the one who asked Varian to come by and talk to Thrall to get some peace going. She was the one who always sacrificed herself and her own needs in order to keep the peace between Alliance and the Horde, in order for the greater good. Even in the dungeon in Endtime, where she's dead, where the world has been taken over, she still allows you to leave if you leave her in peace. That's the thing that defines Jaina. Peace overall. So knowing that, what can we expect from Mists of Pandaria? It has been stated on WoWWiki that Jaina will go crazy like she did in the dungeon Endtime, but I disagree with this. If you listen to the conversation between her and the Horde from the scenario, you clearly can find a difference between her in Endtime and her in Mists of Pandaria.
I don't know who you are, but I'll defend this shrine with my life. Leave. Now. Before we come to blows. Your people are despicable cowards, orc! You're nothing more than rabid dogs, and you will be put down!
Now as we all know, Jaina is already a boss that the Horde can kill. What will make her that uber boss, like I did in my video with Ragefire Chasm, what is Garrosh doing under Ogrimmar? This is the same for Jaina. She needs a power-up in order to become a mighty boss that will take over the world and destroy everything. If you listen to another part of the scenario, you hear that she's focusing herself to the focusing iris.
The Horde cannot be allowed to recover the focusing iris. Eliminate what remains of their forces, and I will secure the artifact. I must attune to the focusing iris before transport. Protect me!
So what is this focusing iris? Now from Wiki it's the following. Malygos had used his own blood to activate and control this orb, which had lain dormant for millennia. With the open, focusing iris, Malygos had been able to direct powerful surge needles, using them to pull arcane magic from Azeroth's ley lines and channeling that magic into the Nexus. Ley lines are great lines of power crisscross over the lands of Azeroth. These lines of magic are often harnessed for mighty magical purposes, from the creation of moonwells to, some say, the powerful glowing dome of Dalaran, and for portal spells created by mages. Ley lines exist all over Azeroth and are sources of deep and natural magic. So what is she doing right now? Theramore is under attack, there's a spy, and you as the Alliance need to distract the Horde while she's focusing herself to the Iris? Is this the part where the Horde had already destroyed Theramore? Is everything already gone and is she powering herself up? Being a mage that was tutored at Dalaran and in the Warcraft 3 campaign, if this is the power that was used to keep Arthas out of Dalaran, that's some pretty powerful magic, and it could explain why she has the glowing eyes and the white hair. It's common in witch tale stories or magical stories that once you focus yourself to magic and become so intense with the magic that your appearance changes to it. And maybe that's what she's done. It could also be the shock, of course, of losing her people. But look at her past, look at what she's already been through. She has lost the love of her life. She even aided in killing him. She has lost her father. She even aided in killing him. She tried to negotiate peace between Horde and Alliance and has failed. And now there's an orc spitting in her face, spitting on mercy. That's pretty intense for one person to live it all. And of course, it's nothing special for the Warcraft world. But for her, I mean, it's understandable that she's going crazy. I've already stated that I want her to go crazy, yeah? I want her to go Jaina I want her to go Sylvanas times 10. And I want her to go savage and ravage and kill everything. That's what I would like to see about Jaina. Because so far she has been the peacekeeper. Let her go nuts, let her go on the other side, let her become the weapon instead of the shield, yeah? This is as far as I go with the story of Jaina. I will make a new video with information from the scenario once it's released. I am keeping a close eye on it, so do expect it to be released as soon as it's in the game. I hope you find it informative. I didn't tell the complete story of Jaina, I just took the highlights. If you want to know more about her story, there are some links in the description. Thank you everybody for your time, and like I said, if you want to comment on the video, please post a comment below and keep it nice and friendly. Until next time guys, see ya!